First game is the Islanders at Montreal, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Neither team is going to make the postseason, that's for sure. No movement on this line because it's not a very attractive matchup for the public. So obviously there probably won't be a lot of movement on this, and has not been already. This game is for nothing more than draft positioning. Although you talk to Islander fans and they still think they have a chance, and I guess mathematically they do. So until you're officially eliminated, I guess you do have a chance. But for all purposes, both teams are out for sure. Let's take a look at the number for tonight. Islanders minus $1.50, 5.5 over -20. As we said, no movement on these numbers. Not a surprise. Listed goaltenders for both teams. Sorokin will get the start for the Islanders. Montembeault is scheduled and listed for Montreal. Now, keep in mind this weekend, there's been some rumors about Carey Price and maybe him coming back to play a game or so for Montreal before the end of the season. And a lot of people have said, well, maybe this is going to be the weekend he's going to do that. So keep that in mind. Again, we always talk about the goaltenders. You want to make sure you have the goaltender that you want. But either way, for me, it's still going to be the same pick. And for Montreal, they're on a 3-game losing streak. It's only the second 3-game losing streak that they've had under Martin St. Louis. And, of course, the first one coming right as he took over for Montreal. So, really, this is the first 3-game losing streak under St. Louis after he took over for Dominic Ducharme. So they didn't let that get to 4 games, and I don't think they're going to let it get to 4 games tonight too. But the problem with them is they have to play better in their own end. They're not playing well defensively, and I think that they're going to be a lot better in this one than they have been. Offense obviously has been an issue for Montreal, but taking care of the puck on their own end has plagued them tremendously during this streak. And defense is the one thing that you can be better at, because defense is about desire and being detailed. And I think that that's what you're going to see from both of these teams tonight. We saw in the last game, Cole Caulfield, a perfect example, a guy that, is kind of fishing for goals on the other end, and a young guy that you don't want to give these habits to. And he was out of the offensive zone or defensive zone before Montreal even had control of the puck. And that is not something that you want to see. I guarantee if I can see it, St. Louis is going to see it, and they're going to make that adjustment tonight. You can say that the effort against the Blue Jackets was probably the worst effort they've had this season, or certainly the worst effort they've had under St. Louis. I expect them to play a lot better tonight, as they have been since the coaching change. Tonight they face an Islanders team that's been as good as anybody in the league over the last month, but they've been doing it with a stingy defense. They've been doing it with stingy goaltending. They don't generate enough scoring chances for me to put money behind them on most nights. So certainly if we're talking about the total, they rank 23rd in total goals. They rank 25th in scoring opportunities. This is, although record-wise, and I know it's been great, they have as many regulation wins as anybody in the NHL over the last month. But to me, that's not going to be good enough. I can smell a Montreal win in this one. So let's get to tonight's official selection. The Islanders are, as we said, playing well, but are just 5-13 on the second game of a back-to-back, which is the situation tonight. They've dropped 4 of 5 against Montreal, where the under is 18-7-3. And, of course, we'll take Montreal plus that generous plus 130. And then we're going to give you a second selection on this game as well. The under is 18-7-3 when the Islanders are coming off a loss of 3 goals or more, which means both teams are going to be focused on their defensive play tonight. You're going to give me even money, even though that number is 5.5. I'm more than happy to take that. So we're going to go Montreal plus 130, and we're going to go under the 5.5 even money.